All right, so let's talk about the upcoming releases for the July schedule, which is pretty big. That's what we're talking about here today. We're talking about the new releases that are coming up, all of that good stuff. So definitely let me know what you're most looking forward to, what were you most excited about everything that was happening this month, and that's what we're here to do. So I'm just using Oppenheimer over here on YouTube, and I'm using also Talk to Me Behind Me here on TikTok, because that's what we're pretty much seeing a lot of people coming from as well. So we're just here. We're gonna go over some of the releases that are coming out in July, and we're very excited to see what that's gonna feel like. So we seen June was a pretty big month, right, when it came to releases and all of that, and I'm definitely excited. I thought that June was such a great month, but now I'm looking at July, and July is looking like it's even going to be bigger than what we anticipated with a lot of these releases. So let me try and fix up some of the internet right here that I'm having some trouble with, making sure that we're all good on all the sides. So we're streaming on both platforms. You can find the other one in my bio as well if you want to go over there. But let's get right into it because we have a ton of movies that are going to be coming out in July, and let's cover all of them, get some initial thoughts and everything on them as well. Because, like I said, July is looking pretty big as well. So, first and foremost, let's start off with the first week of July, where we're going to be getting Insidious The Red Door, which I'm pretty excited for to see Patrick Wilson come back into this, and especially directing and all of that. The first trailer I thought looked great. I was excited for that first trailer once it released. I'm hesitant now to see what it's going to be like, right? I've watched all of the Insidious movies, and I think that they're all mainly, I think, fun, a good time, right? I think the first couple of movies were definitely the better ones, but I definitely do think that the ones that came after are still pretty good. So I'm still excited to see what it is they're going to deliver with this one. I think Patrick Wilson is very talented, and we'll see what Insidious The Red Door is going to look like. But like I said, this is 10 years after the installment, and it will pick up with the Lamberts, it says. Um, the oldest one, Dalton, who we saw in the first movie, going to college now. So I'm curious to see how that's going to be, how they handle all of this supernatural stuff that has happened to them in the past before in this new movie. And like I said, it looks interesting. We got Patrick Wilson and everybody returning for this one. So there's something there. Something's cooking up there for sure. So that same weekend, we have Joyride, which is a movie that, let me tell you, I've been trying to watch this movie for some time now. It's pretty funny. I try to watch it at South by Southwest, and like I always say in a lot of my videos with festivals and stuff, anytime you go to a festival of any kind, I feel like you go with this schedule, you go with this plan. You're like, I'm gonna get the most out of my buck and all of this, and I'm gonna do it right. And then you get to the festival, you start to do everything, and then it turns out you can't do everything you want to do, and then you just got to make pivots and all of that. That's what happened with me with Joyride, a movie that I really wanted to see at South by Southwest. And then there were multiple screenings throughout the city where I'm at and all of that. So I was definitely like, I'm gonna be able to catch this for sure. But one thing led to another, and so I always had to pivot. And I haven't watched it yet, but I definitely do want to watch it opening weekend. So definitely Joyride looks pretty funny, honestly, just from the first trailers. And I'm a Stephanie Shu fan, so I'm definitely going to be there for sure to see what is going to be from this movie. So the week after that, we have Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, which is a movie I am trying to see at a screening probably next week. So hopefully we'll be able to catch that, and I'll definitely let you know my thoughts and opinions on it. But this looks great. I went to go see a movie today, and the trailer played. First time I saw the trailer actually on the big screen, and immediately blown away by just what I saw in that trailer for sure. I don't think I've seen any of the Mission Impossible trailers online for this new movie. I've just seen snippets here and there, TV spots, if you want to say. But after seeing that trailer on the big screen and everything, definitely was thinking to myself, I have to watch that on the biggest screen possible, and like there's nothing to it. That's all I have to do. I have to see this on the biggest screen possible, and I'm excited for that. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning looks really good in my opinion, so definitely put that one on the list. we have Theater Camp. This is a movie, another one of those movies where I was gonna see it at Sundance, this one, and one thing led to another, and then we had the Sundance at home at the same time, and I had a chance to see it at home, but then I had some other movies I had already put on the list as well, so it was just like so overwhelming to try and catch up to all of these movies. But Theater Camp, I finally saw the trailer for it today at the movies, and it looks really funny, honestly. I think Molly Gordon is directing this and also starring in it, and Ayo Edebiri is on this as well. And that's something we've been seeing a lot recently. Is a lot of Ayo, and I think we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more just from everything we've seen. Like delivered here is just great, honestly. So very excited for Theater Camp. It looks like a very funny comedy, and I think that we are definitely going to get something special with that one. A lot of talent in this one as well. Once you watch the trailer, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I'm definitely anticipating that for sure. Hey, what's up? So the next one we have on our list is Cobweb. This is a movie I did not even know about, honestly, until that first trailer dropped, and I was just like, this looks pretty cool. Cobweb is starring Anthony Starr, Lizzie Kaplan, and Cleopatra Coleman, which are three actors that I think are just some of the best actors we got right now. So I'm definitely excited to see what this is going to be like, right? Like, what are we about to get with this movie that just looks like a pretty interesting horror film that is definitely going to have a lot of twists and turns, I feel, especially from that first trailer. Cobweb is that movie that I'm going to be talking about more on shorts, on YouTube, and on TikTok. So I'm definitely excited for that for sure. So that is coming out on July 21st as well. And we have two big movies coming out that weekend as well. We have Oppenheimer and we have the Barbie movie. Oppenheimer is definitely one that is interesting to me. Oppenheimer, I'm curious to see how these two movies gonna be. So we're just talking the July releases because it's a pretty stacked month, and we're trying to just go through all of the releases right now and talk about them for sure. So Oppenheimer comes out July 21st alongside Barbie and Cobweb. Very stacked weekend, and I mean July is just very stacked. I thought June was a stacked weekend, but now that I'm looking at July, it's much more stacked for sure. We have seen that Cobweb is going to be one of those movies that releases, and that one might definitely go under the radar. Hi Bree. And I'm definitely anticipating that we will be seeing Cobweb kind of not make it in that first weekend, but I think word of mouth could be good for it. It looks pretty interesting, pretty scary, so I'm excited for that. But I think Barbie is definitely going to take that weekend for sure over Oppenheimer. Even the predictions online are saying that, as well as we are seeing a lot of this build up for Barbie, because I think it's more than just the IP that's Barbie, and then you have the whole thing with Greta, you have Margot Robbie, you have also, of course, Ryan Gosling. I think three big internet names. This is Barbie is going to be pretty huge, I feel, and I'm curious to see it when it definitely premieres and all of that. But yeah, Barbie I think is definitely going to be the one I see first, and then I'll see Oppenheimer. I think in that order I'll see them for sure that weekend for sure. Or if I'm able to be going to an early screening for them, definitely going to be talking about them as well. So then we get into the end of July where we have Disney's Haunted Mansion. Let me tell you, when I first heard about Disney's Haunted Mansion, I wasn't sure what to think at first. I was just wondering to myself, do I think this needed to be rebooted? Because I think the Eddie Murphy one is just fine, and I was like, okay, let's see what this first trailer is. That first trailer really did blow me away. I thought it was pretty decent. I thought that all of the actors in it were great, and I was definitely excited to see what we were about to get when we got some more footage, some more like synopsis about it, and I'm excited for Haunted Mansion, which is coming July 28th. It looks fun. Then, of course, the background, the movie we've been talking about a lot now, and let me tell you, this is just a movie that I've been excited for ever since I saw it back at Sundance, and that is Talk to Me. I've been just raving about it, telling everybody to go watch this movie because I just think that this is gonna be a pretty good movie that I think a lot of people are gonna be talking about. Nightmares about Barbie, not sure about that one, but I think this one's gonna be nightmares for sure. um, this is definitely a movie that I think like Hereditary was definitely that movie for A24 back in the day that really made everything different when it came to horror. Like you saw a lot of horror movies sort of try to look at Hereditary and go in that direction. but I think that Talk to Me is going to be that movie now where a lot of horror movies in the future are going to look at Talk to Me and go in that direction. And I feel like I'm overhyping it, but I don't think I am. I just got a chance to see it again at an early screening last week, and I enjoyed it so much more. I think it is definitely one of those movies that just feels so fresh. Everything they're doing in this is definitely something that we haven't really seen in horror do much. I feel like a lot of horror has been a bit more, I feel, slower in a way, not in a bad way, but it's just been a little bit more like a think piece of sorts, where I think Talk to Me is able to blend all of that well and still be very, very like brutal. Like some of these scenes, I was just like, damn, when I was watching them, and people in the theater and everything, when I watched it both times, were just like covering their eyes, looking away. It is definitely a very, very brutal horror film, and definitely one that I'm excited to see what's going to happen next, especially with the directors, Michael and Danny Philippou, who are also Raka Raka on YouTube, a very famous YouTube group. And I think that they are definitely going to have a bright future when it comes to doing these movies and just being out there for sure. So I'm definitely excited for that and what's to come with this. So yeah, July's looking pretty good. I think that a lot of these movies that are being released are going to definitely be like some of the biggest ones in the summer, and after that it doesn't look like there's much coming out in August as of yet that I've looked into. So I think that all of these movies have a pretty clear runway when it comes to making the box office. And like I said, I think Barbie's definitely going to be the dominator of the July month when it comes to the box office, just because of everything that it has going. It's like a big thing to go see the Barbie movie, so I'm definitely ready to see that. So I'm gonna restart right here because we are having some uh, difficulties with the internet, it seems. So I'm just restarting over here on the other one, so not on YouTube where we're currently still live streaming. But we're definitely excited for all of these July releases. So, anyways, let me know which July release you are most anticipating. Which one are you most excited? I will be doing another one of these. I'm just testing out the cameras. I was trying to use another camera today. It's a little bit clearer, but it wasn't working that well. So we'll be trying this again probably in a couple of days and trying to use that clearer camera. But if you're watching this right now, really appreciate you watching. And as always, make sure you follow me. Make sure you check out some more of our videos. And I'll see you next time. Let me know what's your favorite July release so far. And I'll see you next time. Stay safe. Stay positive.